Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting week of my life at sea. Week number 3 as second engineer. And as we get underway to North Carolina before we take off for Germany, I was actually kind of annoyed today because for as long as I've been sailing out at sea, I was susceptible to one of the most basic experiences out at sea, and that's the rocking and rolling and having your stuff fly everywhere and break and spill everywhere, which I walked into when I got off of duty today. Especially right here by my computer, I had a bunch of different ingredients in my cabinet up there, and it all came crashing down onto my desk and making a giant mess. And to top it all off, today we actually had room inspections. Yes, even on a ship. An experience that I had all the time in school, I had room inspections, so I had to frantically clean it all up and get all the trash out in about a half hour before they walked in and, saw the condition of my room. But as it turns out, they actually didn't come into my room, so I got a little reprieve there. But it was still annoying that having shipped out for as long as I have, that I didn't know better to secure my items a little better. But and the seas weren't really that bad today. I was a bit surprised as to why everything fell over, because nearly nothing else did. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this week's lottery. And we have not just one ticket, not just 2 tickets, but we have 3 tickets today. So we're going to have some fun. My 3rd episode with 3 tickets. And we're going to do ticket number 14 for my 3rd week, which means I have 13 more weeks to go before I'm on vacation. And we have a special ticket for Olivia, my niece. She celebrated her very first birthday this week, so happy birthday to Olivia. You get the 000 Black Box special ticket as a nice little gift. Hopefully you win a big prize. And as I said before, any prize up to $100 is all yours. But if it's a higher prize than that, then I'm going to have to unfortunately charge you an uncle tax. Just first step towards understanding life, I guess. Having to deal with taxes. And then I should have done this ticket last week to celebrate Martin Luther King Day as a federal holiday, but I've forgotten to, so we're going to scratch it this week. So let's get started. So we'll do this week's ticket first, and I always start off with the bonus. So let's see if we win anything. Alright, nothing on the bonus, which means we can still win a top prize downstairs. So let's see if we win anything. So those are our numbers. 64, nope. Reminds me of Nintendo 64. 1, nope. 68, 19. Can we get back-to-back wins this week? I think at least one of these tickets will be a winner. I just don't know which one. No, we had 64 and 66, and of course our winning number is 65. They always got to tease you. But I'd say more often than not, when they tease me like this, I tend to get a winner. So we will see. 5 and 6 off by 1. No. 55. Well, we had 33 and 45 and a 5. No. 14. 34, no, close to 33. 29, no, we had a 59. 17, no. 11. 57. 22, we got 11, 22, how about a 33, that would be nice. 35. 41. 60. No, we had 70. 2. 4. Well, how about a 3? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is a winning number. It's usually how that works. Alright, let's see. Last row. 42, the answer to everything. 46 out of 45, 48, close. Oh, 32 and 34, right around that 33. Alright, you know what it's time for. Time for the clutch corner. So, let's see what we could stand to win. $1,000, I'd take that. And 25. Nope, this one's a bust. So this week's ticket is a no-go, so we'll try for next week. But moving on, this is Olivia's ticket for her first birthday. So I hope she had a great day celebrating her first birthday. I saw some videos that my mom sent me, and it looks like she was enjoying her cupcakes. So let's see if we can win her a nice prize today. Okay, so there are our numbers. We had a 48 and 18, but no 68. 47, not quite. 9, well, we had an 8. 19, 18. Funny how that works. 36, no. 53, no, doesn't look like it. Not yet. We still got a lot to go. Number 4, no. 11. 11 and 22. Watch, we're going to get 33 here, and then we'll need a 44 or a 55. Get the answer to everything again. 7. Will we be lucky number 7 today or number 1? She's 1 year old, right? 30 and 60. Maybe 61. 32. No, nothing yet. Well, we're halfway through. Still a chance. Well, we had 66. We still need a 55 for a 44. So let's keep going. 56, no. 35. 50, we had a 51. Not quite. Oh, there's that 33. Now we just need the 44 or 55. 52. Well, again, teasing us, giving us the other numbers. 29, 59, oh boy, not looking good. Wow, we got 61, then we get 62, 63, so we're back to the clutch corner. Hopefully we can win here for you, Olivia. Let's see. It'd be a break-even prize, so let's see. 28, nope. I'm sorry, Olivia. This one's a bust. Our luck did not pan out for us. But let's see. We still got one more ticket. This is for Martin Luther King's Day, and if we get a winner here, maybe I'll split it with Olivia. just as like a consolation prize. So let's see what we get here. After all, she's 1 year old, so there we go. Five and 7 with a 6 right there. See, they always tease you. So close. Where they're really teasing us with the close numbers. I would have hoped that maybe one of these would be a winner. What a bummer if all 3 were losers. Oh, on to our last row here. Oh, 4. 3. How about 2? And then no 1. Well, we got a 22. 41, wow. So, alright, can this very last clutch corner save us? Let's see what we get here. Ooh, $1,000 on a $10 ticket, that'd be great. But not so much. Wow, we busted out today. Not only did we not win, but had a bit of a hurricane room today. So, things not looking up. But we are going to be pulling into port soon. And thankfully, we get a free shuttle into town, unlike Houston, where we had to pay ridiculous rates just to get off base. So hopefully, the coming days will work out for us. So let's get into some discussions and go from there. All right, hello. So yeah, my room was a mess today. It was unfortunate. As soon as I step in and turn on the lights, I start to realize the situation that I just walked into. I saw lots of different bottles containing ingredients and condiments smashed all over my desk. It was really surprising because that was the first time something like that has happened to me in years, and I thought everything was stable and secure, and the ship really wasn't rolling that bad. And in order for what had fallen over to have fallen over, the ship would actually have to be going from bow to stern up and down and not left to right or port to starboard. So I was really surprised at that. And what made it more annoying and stress-inducing was that we had room inspections today. And they're very, very few and far between on these commercial ships. But when I was going through school, we had inspections every single day because we needed to maintain cleanliness, which then converted to maintaining our good health, because you definitely don't want to get sick on a ship. So, and when I came in, we had about a half hour until a safety meeting, and then right after the safety meeting we went right into room inspection. So I only had about a half hour to clean up this huge mess and then get out the garbage and then to make up my room and put away laundry and make my bed and clean the bathroom and all that. So I was running around frantic, and I was like, just what a horrible twist of fate and turn of events. And unfortunately, with our 3 losses on our lottery tickets this week, it didn't really help my morale today. So maybe next week things will get better. And yeah, I needed to put my laundry away, but I actually didn't have time for that. I just left it on the couch, and I had to do laundry a few extra times this week because I had gotten dirty through bilge diving. And that's basically the bottom of the engine room where everything tends to settle as far as liquids, either water or oil that leak or spill from equipment. And I was working on an air compressor for our MSD system, and there's a nice little hole right into the bilge, right below the air compressor, and I've dropped things in there multiple times. I don't know why I haven't learned yet to cover up that hole whenever I do work on that thing, but I had dropped an Allen wrench down into the bilge, and I'm like, this is probably like the fourth item that I've ever dropped down there. So I had to remove the deck plates, climb down there. It was dirty and disgusting, and I retrieved it. And what should have been maybe a 20-minute job ended up taking close to an hour because I had to remove the deck plates, find the Allen wrench, get to it, and try and do so without mucking myself up from all the dirt and grime and grease and oily water that was down in the bilge, and then retrieve the Allen wrench and then put the deck plate back together and finish the job. And it was really dirty and disgusting. I had to do laundry that night, and it just reminded me of other times that I've had to be in the bilge. I remember one time I was in school, and as part of the regiment and sailing for your license, you are required each semester to do 2 weekends of maintenance on the ship. Basically 8 hours of work, and they can happen at any point in the semester that you can be assigned these weekends. If you do other special things, you can be exempt from these weekends because nobody wants to spend their entire weekend doing maintenance on the ship at school. So we would always try to get out of it. But unfortunately for me, one of my weekends landed on the weekend right after Christmas. While everybody was on holiday vacation, Christmas vacation from school, I still had to go the weekend after Christmas and do maintenance there. And I remember it was snowing pretty bad, and my dad was driving me up from Connecticut to Massachusetts. I was at MMA at the time, and I remember even him saying, like, is there any way you can get out of this? And I knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to turn around and go home, and believe me, I wanted to as well, because the weather conditions were bad. It was very cold and miserable, but I was like, no, unfortunately we got to press on. I have to do this maintenance because you will be in a world of hurt if you missed any one of these maintenances. I think you get some serious extra duty, major demerits and punishment, and like an extra 2 weekends just for skipping one. So we had to do it. And I remember when we got there, it was snowing, it was cold, even the people in charge didn't want to be there, it was miserable, it was right after a major holiday. It was a pretty bad weekend, and I remember the work that I did, they just, I was like essentially a wiper at that point. It was still my freshman year, and they had very menial, mindless work for me to do. They actually stuck me in the bilge, just cleaning up water and oil for 4 hours, and it was cold, miserable, and tight. I was hitting my head on every single pipe that was down there. I was like, oh, this day's never gonna end. It felt like 100 years down there. And I cleaned up as much water and oil as I could, only to find out maybe 2 or 3 weeks later when I went back on the ship that all the oil and water that I had cleaned up had just filled up in the bilge again. So I was like, that was a meaningless 4 hours of work just for it to return again. And it was miserable. But unfortunately, experiences like that don't escape you, because even as a third engineer, as I was on this ship last year, we still had to do bilge diving and clean the bilges. We had to use steam lances, which I had assembled and built, and which had worked very well with cleaning. We still had to go into all the bilges in Shaft Alley, around the main engines, and by the generators, steam lancing all the bilges, all the piping, getting everything clean. And it was a miserable and arduous task that hopefully I won't have to repeat as the second assistant engineer, because I got so many other responsibilities to deal with. But with no third engineer on board here, that could very well fall on me if we have any upcoming inspections, but I don't think we do. We will be pulling into port sometime tomorrow, and there will be a free shuttle to take us into town to do some shopping, thankfully. It'll help me get some cleaning supplies so I can clean up my mess over here. The floor is still sticky, my desk is still sticky, even Lysol and Clorox bleach wipes couldn't get all the stickiness out of the mess. So I have to get some like heavy duty degreaser and clean all that up. But I think there wasn't really a whole lot going on this week, so I'll just finish up with some pictures of some lottery wins, some unique ones that I've had. Even though we haven't had any wins today, I can at least show you some pictures of some unique wins. These next 4 pictures are of like unique bonuses and symbols that I've gotten. The first one, I got like a win all symbol, I think like the 3rd one in, and I didn't even bother checking the rest of the numbers because there was no point to it. I actually just started scratching the prizes and just see what I won. And those are the best kind of tickets to scratch, where you get to just scratch all the prizes and see what you've won. And then the next one, I got a $100 win symbol right smack middle in the middle of the ticket, which I thought was pretty cool. And then the next one, the top bonus, I actually won on. I got a money symbol for $100, which was really nice. And then on the tickets that we scratched tonight, the Millionaire Maker, I actually won on 2 of the 3 bonuses, which was pretty nice. I always like to take pictures whenever I win the bonus or get a special symbol, like a win all or an instant win or a multiplier. Those are always fun. I don't think I've ever gotten a multiplier higher than 20x. And I think the first time I got a 20x was as early as like maybe 2 years ago. So they're rare and difficult to get, but they're out there. And then the next 5 picks, I'll put them side by side. These were first scratch, first match winning tickets. I didn't reveal the prize on these tickets because I wanted to kind of take in the moment and savor it. Because I was like, I hope this is another big prize like the 5x times 1,000 that I had won one time. And just as much as I've won on the clutch corner, this is more or less the reverse or opposite clutch corner, where I win on the very first one instead of waiting until the very last one to win. And I won on 5 of these. I think most, if not all of them, were just break-even prizes, if not maybe a $50 winner. I don't think any of them were a $100 winner, but the last one was different. For whatever reason, I decided to scratch from right to left instead of my usual left to right and up to down. I decided to scratch the first one on the far right at the top, and as fate would have it, it was a winner. And again, it might have been another break-even prize, but I was kind of surprised that just that one time I break from my tradition and usual habit of scratching from left to right by going right to left, that it turned out to be a first scratch, first match win. So yeah, that's all I got for today and for this week. So I hope you enjoyed hearing of my quick stories and my quick experiences. Like I said, you can be as a veteran in sailing and have all the experiences in the world, but you're still going to have to deal with some of the most basic elements, which is just the ship's condition of rocking and rolling in the water. And the ship currently has no cargo. I don't know if we're going to be picking up more cargo in North Carolina or in Germany, but when we sail across the Atlantic, especially during winter, the weather conditions are going to be pretty rough, going to be pretty harsh. So hopefully we take on some ballast to try and maintain the ship's stability, but we're probably looking at some more rocking and rolling in the near future. So wish me luck as we cross the Atlantic, and that we don't roll too much and I don't come across a major mess again like I did today. I do have pictures of it. I was just so frustrated, and it was just such a perfect storm of mishaps today that I just had to, in the back of my head, laugh at what I just faced and what I was facing. So I just took a quick picture of it, and I'll probably show it in my next video, just the disaster that I came across when I walked in. Just because I'm still kind of steamed about it now, I want to wait until next week for when hopefully everything will be clean and unsticky again, and hopefully I'll be in better spirits, and I'll be able to laugh about it, and you'll be able to laugh about it with me as I show the pictures next week. So you'll have something like that to look forward to, seeing what rocking and rolling on a ship could lead to if you're not careful. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. So have a good night.